Would you recognize this? It's the living room. There's not even a faint reminder of the comfortable room we saw earlier. Nothing identifiable but the coils from this chair. It took just 4 minutes from the first flame in the wastebasket for the temperature in this room to reach over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The fire ultimately became so hot, the window glass softened and flowed like taffy. The kitchen door, which we closed, initially acted as a barrier to the flames, but it was no match for the power of fire. Eventually, the flames burned through the top of the door, rolled across the kitchen ceiling, spread smoke and deadly gases, hindering firefighters in their attack from the back entrance. Here, the remains of the dining room, nearly everything destroyed. Only a few items remain intact, such as the china in this cupboard. In the front hallway, flames also rolled along the ceiling, charring the upper portions of the room and the banister. Closer to the floor, there was less flame. But the smoke and intense heat still did a great deal of damage. Remember this? The telephone? And this? The big wheel. And here's the smoke detector that sounded our first alarm. Meeting no opposition, smoke, heat, and fire gases traveled to the second floor, searing and blistering everything within 6 minutes, cutting off the stairway as the family's main exit. Although flames never reached this upstairs hallway, it became hot enough to melt these plastic items. The bathroom, more smoke and heat damage. The children's room was directly in the path of the heat and the smoke. Look at the blistering on the bunk bed and these melted toys. Just 5 minutes after the first flame, a few breaths in this room would have been lethal. Just 5 minutes. In the guest room, flames from the living room came in through the windows and up through the walls. In their efforts to control the fire, firefighters had to rip down much of the paneling. Everything upstairs, damaged or destroyed. Well, almost everything. In this particular fire, this closed door is all it took to ward off smoke and hot gases from the master bedroom. While the temperature in the upstairs hallway was over 300 degrees, the temperature in this room never went over 77 degrees, and the valuable photographs and jewelry are undamaged. But remember, this may not always be the case. A closed door will give you the advantage of time to try a second way out, but it's no guarantee of permanent safety. When a fire starts, leave your valuables and concentrate only on immediate escape. No possessions are worth your life. You have just experienced the damage that fire can do to a home. And you've seen how smoke detectors, closed doors, and escape plans can lessen the danger to you and your family. Are there other measures we can take to lessen the danger and damage? There are. Let's turn back the clock. This is part of a residential sprinkler system, a device designed to spray water during the early stages of fire development. Watch what happens now. A fire identical to the one you just saw has been started in this room. Sprinkler systems have long been used very successfully in commercial buildings to control fires, minimize damage, and save lives. They have now been adapted for home use. In a typical residential sprinkler installation, sprinklers would be placed throughout the house. Triggered by heat, only those located near the fire will discharge water. As before, the fire grows rapidly. Smoke fills the room from the ceiling down. Only 2 minutes 11 seconds from first flame, the sprinkler controls the fire before conditions throughout the house become life-threatening. Of course, the room is very wet, but the sprinkler has confined the fire's damage to one small area. And so for less than the cost of the furniture in this room, lives and property have been saved. Smoke detectors and sprinkler systems buy time in the race against fire. But no matter what precautions you take, no matter how small the fire may appear, its progress is rapid, its power awesome. Escape must be your top priority. All the firefighters in the world cannot alter those few critical moments between the beginning of the fire and the time when escape becomes impossible. What happens in that time depends on you.